Happy Sunday, everyone, and welcome back to Collectors Enabled. Thanks for joining us. Hope you like that new animation. I know we posted it up on our Facebook group earlier today. Thank you to good friend Payne Toshi for designing some new logos for our group and some new animation. Amazing graphic design artist and animator. If you have any animating needs or logo idea needs, reach out to Toshi. The dude is awesome, totally awesome. Tonight, we have a very special panel. We have my buddy Ledge, who is surrounded by Go Big or Go Home statues, and I love that. And we'll talk to Ledge a little bit, get to know what he's up to, what his collection's doing, and where he's headed. And then, of course, you know her, you love her, art lover extraordinaire. We have CC with us tonight. Thank you, CC, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I know it was a last minute decision. Don't narc me out. I'm actually sick from work today. It's the only reason why I'm able to join live is I went home early. So just don't tell them that I decided to do this.
I doubt they're watching us anyway, so probably
you
not a big deal.
You can be sick and still talk in front of a computer. I'm just saying.
That is very, very true.
Maybe.
Totally agree. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's just say hello to the chat real quick. We're going to try to stick to our 2.0 90-minute session. We're going to do our best so CC doesn't have to stay up too late so she can get her rest and feel better. Depends on how much Ledge wants to talk. But we got Dennis Perez. What's going up, my man? We got Beast 51. How's it going? Dinesh, like always. Newton Core, what's up? Good morning from Singapore. Michael Black in the house. Thanks for joining. We got Beast 51. We got Janine. Hey, Janine, how are you? And people are trickling in. We got Anthony Kennedy. What's up? The bar is open. Yeah, I just have a LaCroix, so nothing too fancy here. We have what's this guy doing? We have Shane in the chat, but not on the panel. But Shane's on holiday for a week or two, so we'll see Shane back hopefully for the next show. Yep, the master of mead. We do need to get some more mead. We got Eclectic Collector. How's it going? Facebook user yo. That guy Mark. How's it going, Mark? And we got Ledge in the chat as well. Gotham Sanabized. What's up, Terry? What's going on? And we'll have plenty of people filtering in, so feel free to let us know what's going on. What'd you get this week? And let us know what you want to talk about tonight. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and, as CC and I have talked about briefly before the show, it's been kind of a slow week. Now, we didn't do anything last week, so we're going to go back 2 weeks. And we want to know, what do you think was the best latest release in the last 2 weeks? So anyone in the chat, go ahead and let us know. And we're going to start with, let's see, CC, did you pick your best latest release for the last 2 weeks yet?
I'm about to send you a picture of the one I participated in that I almost forgot about, which is frightening. I've definitely bought art prints or art this week, but I really had to think about it, which is kind of scary. But that might be the illness talking. But I just sent you. I don't think I saw anyone post about it. It's a
Nope.
It's a variant cover of a comic.
Hold on, it's coming up. Wow, I've not seen this.
So this, I'm gonna screw up the title of the. I want to say it's Dr. Aphra, number 36. But this variant cover, EM Gist, I think is how you pronounce it, GIST. I met him at San Diego Comic-Con. I really loved his work, which is why I made a point to go to his booth, and actually got a Darth Vader commission bust from him, which was awesome because that was a really impulse buy. But this came up, so he did a color variant of this quite a while ago. But there's something about the black and white spoke to me. I believe it's sold out already. But there's also they gave the option of remarked copies. The remarks were, sometimes I like remarks. Actually, I have one on order with him, but it's a Spider-Man / Venom one, which it's good if I got it because I don't really mess with everybody.
Right.
But for this one, the remarked versions were basically he colored in her lightsabers. So one was, I think they were like
Cool.
blue, and the other one they were like orange, and her eyes were orange, almost like she looks very like turned to the dark side. But yeah, I had sent these to a few friends of mine who collect comic books. I went with the signed CGC pre-order version, so I won't see this for probably quite a while. But I normally don't like variant covers that make no sense as far as the comic goes. Like the first cover appearance of The Mandalorian was, I think, Darth Vader. Was it Darth Vader 11 or something like that? Where it's like, it's a Darth Vader story. What does that have to do with Mando?
Yeah.
Does that have to do with Dr. Aphra? But I am excited to get this one in.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I love this. Man, so what you said this was a Dr. Aphra series comic?
Yes, yeah, I think it's Dr. Aphra number 36. I went through so the artist is represented by Trinity Comics, and that's who I went through. I think it was a Trinity Comics exclusive, this cover.
Wow. Okay, so here's here we go. I have another I got another variant of this, or this must be maybe the actual version. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That look like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the other cool. That was the first one that was available. And then I got it's basically like a reprint, but a reprinted variant. I really like his work. I follow him on Instagram. He has beautiful originals. I saw them in person. He's done some kick-ass covers, especially for Star Wars. I predominantly have more Batman comics than I do Star Wars, and I think it's just because I have a really high threshold for what Star Wars covers I like. He also did a Padme one that I thought was gorgeous. Very subtle. It's her, and like you've got some Roger droids around her, but I'm probably going to get that too, just because I don't have a lot of Padme representation in my collection.
Okay. Yeah, that is awesome. I love this. And it looks like if anyone wants to get the non-variant cover for, I know the shipping or whatever, from places like Things from Another World and whatever, it is expensive, but still you can get it for retail. And I may actually pick this up. That's really cool. I like them both. I like the color. I like the non-color. I'm sure the remarked ones are going to be amazing with the lit up lightsabers and eyes. Very cool. Well, that's an awesome pick of the week because I didn't even know that this was released. I don't follow the comic.
Quiet because like we talked about it, I don't think it's been like a very exciting last week or 2 weeks for releases. Like nothing that I felt stressed about ordering, except for one original piece of art. I tried to go for a Star Wars one, and it sold so freaking fast, basically like out of my cart kind of situation. But this I thought was a like quiet release.
Yeah, I'd say so. Cause that's awesome. I'm definitely going to pick that up. That's a really good one. Well, thank you for sharing that. That is really good. Now, let's see. Ledge, did you come up with your favorite release of the week? And by favorite release of the week, it could be a PO, it could be an announcement, it can be a pre-announcement, it could be something you received. It's just of the last 2 weeks, what was the best thing that you've seen or got or just love? And it doesn't have to be something you collect.
Yeah, I sent you a couple pictures. I didn't have any pictures on this phone that I'm using because I'm using the phone that I normally use to do this stream. So anyway, I sent you a couple last minute pictures, but my favorite PO is just the one I just did recently, is that Power Master by Prime One.
Let's bring that up because that is Miguel, I'm going to get to yours too. That's a pretty cool one. I think CC would like it as well.
I just think it has amazing detail.
Yep, let's pull that up. So we talked about the Power Master long time ago. So obviously not something that was released in the last 2 weeks, but definitely it's a PO for Ledge. And we talked about it in the last week. And somewhat controversial. People kind of, griped and moaned about it, but yet here we are. This thing, I thought, and Justin thought from the beginning was just crazy.
Yeah.
Also crazy expensive. Gundam Optimus. Well, what brought you to PO this? What was there a change of heart? Was it you just weren't interested at the time? How'd you end up getting this?
Me?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it recently. Really, I didn't decide against it. I don't think, did I? I don't remember, but
I don't think so.
I just like how big he is and big and massive and so much detail. I mean, you can look at this thing for days and see different details.
Yep. I agree.
And,
CC, would you ever get something like this?
No. I mean, I'm not an elitist when it comes to properties. You know this. There's properties I collect that I don't talk about as much as like Star Wars and Batman, but I'm not a Transformers person. But what's funny is I find myself like the true enabler I am. Like I have a slight interest in at least the art because I know so many people who collect Transformers that I'll just shoot them art prints as soon as I see them release. Like, hey, this is coming up. This is coming up. And it's funny because even Crippler, he was like, he told me the character, and I was like, I don't know who that is. I'm so sorry. Like, you're gonna have to help me out. He was looking for like an art print based on a statue he has, and I was like, I don't know that Transformers character. I'm just very ignorant to Transformers. I think when we crap, like I imagine these have a huge amount of presence.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see, Ledge. What do you have behind you here?
And that's what I like is the presence to them. He's kind of equivalent to Shockwave in a way, in terms of size, his height or whatever, but
so
a little bigger.
He's
bigger centimeter wise.
Yeah, he's physically wider if you throw on like the 6 wings on the back, but
yeah.
So I'm looking right above your head, and that's you have the Starscream and the Shockwave directly above your head, and that's a quarter. Well, it's 1/10 scale, which is equivalent in Transformers 1/4 scale, but that's a 1/10 scale Shockwave next to a 1/2 scale Iron Man Mark 50. So, I mean, for people who don't normally collect 1/2 scales, that Shockwave is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then what is that Optimus to your left? Is that the 8-year anniversary one?
Yeah, that's the 8-year, yes sir. Yep.
How do you like that?
I like it. I mean, I like the details. I think they have. They're the Prime One comparing to Prime One and XM. The Prime Ones are more intricate detail, but I like both. I do like the Starscream. That one's one of the great ones, in the Grimlock. Those are 2 of my top ones for those. But I mean, the details are pretty amazing.
Yep. Yeah, they're just the intricacies of the sculpt are just incredible.
Yeah, I like that. Yep.
So I know Shane's here he's here and he can't hate on Bayformers, but I mean, a Prime One does one thing really, really well, whether you like this or you hate it. The sculpting, the detail, the paint, the light up, everything is just incredible. So, we talked about this the other day. Did they come up with no ES yet?
No.
TBA. Do you think how many do you think there's going to be? So there's 3 versions. There's the bonus Japan China, the ultimate bonus, and then I'm not sure with the regular, but what do you think of the 3 versions total cumulative? How many of these will be out there? Just a guess.
I think at least I'd say 500. Between that number.
That's fair.
I think
that's fair.
4 and 5, but all their other ones have been around there.
Yeah, because the Jetwing Optimus, which sold out. Wait, no, sorry, that's bonus China version. 700 just for the US version, and then regular version 700. So there's 1,400 plus 200 bonus China. So 1,600 of these. Wow, maybe.
So next time I complain about statue prices, I'm just gonna remind myself of that these exist. And shipping, because I can't.
Oh yeah,
I
But
can't
that
that's
imagine.
bad.
that brings me to another topic though. Is say you this is something that you like, and say you do look at that price tag, and say you do think it's kind of high, but yet you'll go buy 3 smaller pieces that is the equivalency of this one big piece. Now, is
Yes.
those 3 smaller pieces going to speak to you in the same amount of this one big piece? You know?
Mhm.
Damn it, Ledge. That's what we're talking about tonight. Damn it, because
Spoiler.
for a long time, I was go big or go home, and then I said no. Let's focus, follow, have rules, and now it's big is better again. Bigger is better again. Because you're right, and spoiler alert. I have all these like little quarter scales and stuff that I'm kind of trying to place around bigger things, but then you just get something really big in. You get like Queen Studios alien bust, or you get a half scale, or you get the Queen Studios Loki, or even any other smaller bust, and it's just like, damn, the presence and just the beauty, the details of a larger piece are just so impressive. um your collection gets smaller, so you have less pieces, but it's just, I think you enjoy it better, or at least I do. But I think we should definitely talk about that when we get through towards the end. What do you think?
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. I got no, we'll talk about this in a second, but I want to show Miguel what Miguel just sent us, because I think this is beautiful and I totally
Oh, I
missed
saw
it. Yeah. So if anyone has any information about this thing, let us know. I'm behind the loop on this, but this is freaking beautiful. I love the
Yeah.
back.
I don't know who's doing it. You know what's interesting is looking at the back of it, you'd never be I'm like, I wonder what like how flat that is. Oh, it must just be from like his cheek onward, because I think the first picture I ever saw of it was actually of the back of it, and I was like, but his face looks so like fully formed. Like you don't see like half of Joker's face. Like I don't know how they managed that. This
Wow.
looks incredible. I don't know who's making it though. I had the same questions.
I mean, I assume this is just a render.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I've seen this.
damn, that is so. It's like a 1-to-1 Joker head, and probably like a quarter scale Batman and Gargoyle. That's sick.
Yeah, I've seen
Wow.
this. I forget where I saw it though.
Well, I know Miguel was
Okay.
talking about it on Toy Quest on Friday. What's up, Lane? How's it going? What's up, John? Slifer, what's up? Joe Miller. Yeah, if anyone has any information about this, go ahead and share it or post it up. What's up, Brian? Yeah, this thing is now CC. This definitely looks like something that you would add to your collection.
It does. I'd have to really think about. I mean, first impressions, it looks incredible, but I am actually trying not to get a lot of comic pieces. So I've got like, and also this. Well, I think scale wise, it actually would work really well. Listen to me talk myself into it. I have the Tweeterhead Two-Face on order, which was actually not part of my plan because I'm such a Batman person, but I just thought it looked really, really great. And I like Two-Face, so I've got that. I have the tactical, the basic bitch economy version of Prime 1 Tactical Throne.
Is that the one just with the throne?
It's just him in the chair. That's
Okay,
all
just
I
him in the
want.
chair.
Him in the
Okay,
chair.
that's perfect for you. That's perfect.
Just like the art. So I have those two, and I was gonna call it good with those as far as my comic representations, because I don't count Talon. Talon I think is like a different league, also a different scale. But because I keep telling myself, if I ever get the opportunity, if I were to have like a be all end all comic representation of Batman, it would be in a statue. It would be XM Sanity. I'd still keep the tactical throne because I'm basic and I love the throne poses. this I would just have to, I don't know how well this would fit into my plan, because unlike Mike, I stick to plans typically. Not to call you out like that, but I think I would have space for it, where I plan on putting my comic inspired statues, but it'd be nice to get more details on who's making it, because I will say I'm more in tune for sure with the Star Wars custom projects than I am with any of the, like, someone has to tell me if it's a Batman or some comic representation. Those commissioners and custom makers I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah, I agree.
But this would certainly, this is a contender. I think it was big, and then we kind of got away from it, and now we're starting to see it again. The incorporation of like different scales within a statue. Like, I think the first one that comes to my mind was the Queen Studios life-size bust, where behind it had him in the mirror sitting in the chair, and then I think even there was a little section that showed the steps that he was dancing down. And I remember that. I still think that's incredible, and talk about innovative. And then we have the PCS Carnage bust that has like the whole diorama around the back of it. So I think we should have more. We should see more of these.
Yep,
if they turn
100% agree. Yeah, 100% agree. And this is something I could see like PCS doing something like this because of the Carnage. And apparently they also plan on doing a Spider-Man and a Venom version. So, I mean,
and
they can
Planet Hulk, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, and Planet Hulk. So if they can jump into, do a DC line, shoot, if they did like, even if they did like an Iron Man version, did like I could see this being a very popular kind of, self-contained diorama with a life size and a, quarter scale. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's neat. I really, really like that. Well, that's also a great release. Thank you, Miguel, for sharing that. I am going to see now. My release kind of sucks compared to all of these.
There's another one I just thought of, but I know you're going to talk about it because it was in the thumbnail, so I don't have to ask.
Here you go. Yep, great. You just
sold out already?
No. Actually, I'm not sure if you're thinking this, but yeah, this was my most exciting release. Let me pull it up and let's see if we're on the same page. Okay, hang on. Where is it?
Maybe.
Here we go. So I think the coolest release in the last 2 weeks was, or at least just sort of the most exciting. It doesn't mean it's my favorite or whatever. It's just kind of an exciting one. Is boom, this. Same page? Not same page?
No.
Okay.
I knew it. Like the look in your eyes, I was like, he's gonna bring up some character I'm not even familiar with. But I knew you were very excited about this, so I'm not surprised.
Okay. Well, that's okay. And remember, we're gonna talk about everything in the thumbnails too. But
I'm with you on that, there, CC.
Oh, come on, you guys. So
anime boys rise up. That's funny.
Yeah. So this is awesome. This is White Hole Studio 1-to-1 life-size Frieza in his first form. For those of you that know Dragon Ball Z, this is a very iconic look for him. But they not only released the full 1-to-1, but they also released a bust, for more economical reasons and size and all of that. The bust lights up, the scouter lights up. Really, really cool stuff. This company does incredible work. The details are just absolutely phenomenal. And I love that they gave people the option of the full 1-to-1, which doesn't have a huge footprint. Frieza is a very small character, but they had him kind of elevated on that stump or the mountain. But they also give people the option of the bust, which is totally beautiful. The price, as you can see, is quite good, for a bust, and that's before shipping. But wait, hold on. Does that include? No, it doesn't include shipping. And, this is the full 1-to-1, which again is extremely, extremely reasonable.
Honestly, I agree with you on that price because I've seen a lot. It's not 1-to-1 for that price.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball 1-to-1s are, everyone's like, oh my god, so expensive, when they see it in videos. But when I tell them how much I spent for them shipped, the shipping for this will probably be about 1,500. But still, okay, 3,500 all in for a 1-to-1 Frieza with extremely exceptional quality. That's pretty good. I mean, you can get a JND, shipped, for a little less, and that's 1/3 scale. So this was, I think, my favorite release of the week. You can see it's pretty tall. And this is where I'd recommend getting it from Hexapus ACG, my buddy Dante, who runs a really great website and has a lot of good stuff. So if you have any interest in Dragon Ball Z, and this was the coolest thing here. So the same studio, Whitehole, is coming out with a 1/6 scale Ginyu Force, which is kind of like Frieza's, top squad, like Frieza's Navy SEAL team. And this display here with the 1/6 Ginyu Force with the 1-to-1 Frieza bust in the background, it's just, and I think that looks so great. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, this is beauty. But I know that Ledge and CC are not the biggest fans, so we're gonna move on to
colorful.
Very colorful. It brightens up the collection quite a bit.
Yeah.
We'll move on to pickups. So, I think while I have control of everything here, I'm just going to run through a couple pickups, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy or not. So, I kind of bit the bullet here with this one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I blame Sergio for this. Big Dragon Ball Z guy, or sorry, big Lord of the Rings guy, and it's like, Mike, you got to get this. You got to get this. It is limited to a 400. It's 1/11th scale, even though the damn eagle is like 44 inches wide. But I do think that when this does come in, it's going to look amazing next to Queen Studios Balrog, the giant one, next to Infinity, half scale Gandalf and half scale Legolas and whatever's out by then. Plus other Weta pieces like the Tree Beard and, the Leaf Lock and all of that. I think just it'll look nice, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, it's definitely an epic scene for sure, and I think it will look good with all those things that you said.
Actually, more importantly, CC, you'll appreciate this.
I saw it in person in San Diego, and it had that presence that you're looking for sure.
Yeah, it's special. It definitely special. But what I really want to get is the artwork that goes with it. And I think what Jerry Vanderstelt was commissioned to do the piece for SDCC. And it's still for sale. Matter of fact, it's in his store. So sorry guys, I know there's lots of comments going on. Yeah, so yeah, here we go. Did you pick up the Salvation at Mount Doom art yet? Not yet. I still need to do that. I need to pick up that art because I think the art piece is even more beautiful than the statue. This is just totally beautiful by Jerry Vanderstelt. And, with everything, the lava raining and the explosion and just, he's one of my favorite Lord of the Rings and Star Wars artists. And of course, you could order directly from his website, 16 by 24, 24 by 36. I think I would probably get the 16 by 25 canvas, although I'm sure Nick Evader would tell me, hey man, go with the 22 by 35. That is such a beast, but still smaller than the damn eagle and the thing and the actual statue. So yeah, that's just so nice. So nice. I still need to order that artwork.
I will say there's a lot of people who really like Vanderstelt, and there's a few things he's done that I do really love. But I think I'd almost say that his Lord of the Rings stuff, I think, is better than his Star Wars stuff. Don't hate me. I only say that.
I agree.
I think there's something about his style that really lends itself to fantasy. Whereas I think with Star Wars, everything looks too clean, almost. Like too perfect, too idealized. So yeah, I think, which is funny. Now I remember that conversation because I'd sent you a few Lord of the Rings prints that I really liked. But it's funny, we've talked about how you prefer canvas because you don't have to worry about glass and glare. Well, I put up 2 canvases recently in my living room, and the one is totally fine. The other one, it's almost like it's like a
Reflective?
test where it's like from where I sit on the couch, it looks completely like gray. Like I can't tell what it is. Like it's almost like it's shiny enough that it just completely washes it out. But thankfully, when you move and stuff, you can see it real well. But yeah, I just remember as soon as I put it up, I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, why can I not even tell what that is? I think the textures is different between the 2 canvases I have, or it's honestly just the way the light's hitting it.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I sent you a picture of my canvas.
Yes.
Back here that you picked up for me at SDCC, and thank you again. And it's way out of focus. Sorry, because the field of view of my camera. But I went ahead and I put up the Captain America, what is it called? Patriot by Alex Ross, and signed. It was a set of, I think, total ES of all 3 was 45, and this is number 2 of his either a printer edition or a.
I think it's I think they called it an EP, which honestly I had to Google because I hadn't heard that referred to before. But I think they call it like an executive proof or something like that.
Yes.
Or exclusive proof. So
something
I think
like that.
that's
executive proof. Yeah.
I think it's like 1 of 8. And actually, the Alex Ross canvas I have, it's sitting behind me. That's why I'm pointing behind me. It says the same thing on the back. Well, mine's 1 of 100. I think it's like 10 out of 100. But on the back, it explains like these first 10 are EPs, these next 10 are printer proofs or what have you.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Right. Exactly right. But it was interesting that you mentioned not being able to see your canvas, and Terry says, we'll sit somewhere else, which not a bad idea. But it was funny. I sent CC a picture of this, and I had my light on, and it's like, holy crap, you couldn't even see it because it was reflecting off the canvas. And I normally don't have that problem, but it could just be the angle of my light, and it has like light that shines over the ceiling and down. But I mean, that thing is massive. It's an absolute massive canvas, well worth the cost, and it just looks so good. Eventually, I'll put probably Iron Man Mark 85 over there, and so I'll have a Thanos 85 and Cap in the background, and just good stuff. So yeah, that was sweet. But yeah, it's interesting. I never had that problem with canvas before. You know what? Here's you know, you could yell at me, you can hate me. I know I just said I'm going back to bigger is better, but this was I mean, people in this group still collect Hot Toys. You know, how many people have been waiting for this one for so long? The Dewback with the Sand Trooper Sergeant. I had to jump on this. You know, and so hit up Marcos, got it from him, and I mean, this thing is 31 inches long. So when it comes to Hot Toys, it's incredible. And I'm sure I had the Sideshow version in the past, and I loved it, and that was huge also. But I think this is going to just take the cake. Any interest in this one from either of you?
I think it looks great. For sure.
A lot of people were.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say a lot of people were complaining about the price. Now, obviously, this is Marco's price shipped without tax. What do you get? Like, what do you think about the price, and what were you going to say, Cece?
I think this was between this and the what do they call it? Like the artist edition Anakin with the rooted hair. It's the first time I felt like really excited for well, not the first time, but first time in a long time I felt very excited for Hot Toys collectors, because I don't collect Hot Toys, but I know like this, was it the Sideshow version was the only one you could really get for the longest time from years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think this looks amazing. Part of me would think some people would want to get at least 2 to create like a diorama scene. But again, they're huge. As far as the price goes, I would kind of expect that. I know everything keeps going higher. There's some
Yeah.
figures where I'm like, listen, it doesn't warrant it. Like I know the it was the Mandalorian version of Moff Gideon where he's like
Mm-hmm.
wearing the helmet with the horns. I think people said that was too high for what it was, and I agree. But then there's stuff like this where I'm like, okay, I think this warrants that price, regardless of
Wasn't
who you
the
buy it.
so hold on a second. Wasn't that Mandalorian Moff Gideon? Wasn't it like 280 or something?
Which I wasn't Bo-Katan about that price, and she
That's what I
had.
thought too.
I thought
Yeah,
she had
and
more to her though.
well, hang on a second. I mean, I know prices. I mean, Bo-Katan was what, a couple months ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so this is the head sculpt plus the Mandalorian helmet plus the new armor plus the pike plus some flame effects. I think it retails for 280 on Sideshow. I actually thought that was fair compared to the new prices, and obviously this
Okay.
is Marco's, ship price. But if anyone does Hot Toys and you haven't checked out Marcos yet, I would definitely recommend it. He join the group, the Cantina group, and there's always like crazy discounts, and so this price is usually not the price you're gonna pay. But I don't know. I thought that this was pretty decent. I don't think I picked this up yet. I probably need to. Because I know there's a lot of haters on this piece, but when he wore that Mandalorian armor, Imperial armor on the show, I just loved it. I was like, holy crap, I'm going to buy that hot toy. So I probably should get on it.
Another good aspect I like is they actually sell the dewback separately. So if you already have certain characters, you can just buy the dewback and place your character right on him, you know?
Yeah, you know what I like they did about the dewback? The switch out arm and the switch out mouth. So like Cece said, you can do a diorama. So instead of like the kicked back arm, you could have the out arm, you could have the closed mouth, the open mouth. And I mean, honestly, there's a lot of 1/6 Star Wars diorama people out there. I would not be surprised if people are picking up a couple of these. Matter of fact, I hope they kind of overproduce it like the Blurg, and I'd probably end up picking up another one maybe on discount in the future.
Well, and I
So
could see, again, because I don't collect Hot Toys, I could see anyone having just the dewback and it instantly turning it from looking like a Hot Toy to looking like a maquette, like a creature maquette. So that would appeal to me if like you collected just the various creatures.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Exactly. Well, that's it. I mean, if anyone picked up this dewback, let us know in the chat. I think it's great. I picked up the deluxe. I'll probably pick up a second dewback in the future. Yeah, I found one. So, Ledge, I know we talked about this, and you said just wait, just wait, just wait. But you know what? This looks so good. And every time I talk to people about this, they're like, "Oh my god, the Grail of Grails!" Yeah. This the battle damage T800 Arnie. I kind of put my feelers out there, and then our good friend Hannah is hooking me up with one, and I think that this will look so good with the T1000 and the T800 endoskeleton, and I had to do it. I got a very, I wouldn't say wonderful price, but I didn't pay the scalper prices, and of course didn't get retail, so reasonable price for good. Yeah, and Hannah's very reasonable.
But my question is, what do you think about this one with the arm hand? You prefer this one over that?
Oh, you're talking about the Infinity one or
the
potential new one?
Well, the Infinity, the one that's already out.
Yeah. So, all right, so let's pull that up. So, Infinity Terminator. Oh my, not what I was looking for.
That one's in stock.
Yeah. So here we go. Actually, I had an opportunity to get this, and I do think that this is great. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Now the arm is made in conjunction with, I think, Studios, I believe. We know they do cool Transformer stuff. Infinity does a great job. I think that this is one of the best Infinity busts that they've done yet. But I feel like with the area of my room that this is going, the theme of T2, I just had to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm very curious to see what this looks like when it comes in. I actually don't know if I'm guessing this is all sculpted in polystone and stuff like that. I don't think there's any metal on this, although that would be cool.
No, it looks good. It's just between, like, when I compare the two pieces, this one feels more dated to me versus the Infinity. And me, I like, if I can go, I like maybe new update. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
So
can't
okay,
go wrong though. You really can't go wrong. You know.
so let's put it this way: if this one right here was the T2 version, young Arnie, I would have jumped on this 100%. Yeah, 100%. But I am excited at the notion of Queen Studios releasing a T2 2.0, a clean version with an arm, and I would probably have a hard time turning that down, especially because it sounds like it's going to be totally different from their first bust. And the T1000 bust, the complement of this bust, it's also an older bust, but it's so exceptionally well done. I'm really happy that I have this one too. It's just, I think they look so good together.
Yeah, they will definitely.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So hopefully, maybe ship this week. I'm just waiting for Hannah to send me some photos and videos and stuff, and then give me some shipping information. Something else. This thing has been popping up all over freaking everywhere.
Can I just say, I'm shocked you hadn't seen it before.
I know.
Because like Joseph has it, and everyone knows like you know Joseph, like his looks it looks incredible, and I also think that it's such a niche thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think there's some props that were licensed out there for Men in Black, but I mean, you really have to appreciate like the artistry behind this.
Yes. Of the few ECC things that I have, like the Iron Man Mark 43, the Hulk 1/3 from Age of Ultron. I'm trying to think if I have a few others. They're all incredible. I mean, they're old, and for like being 10 plus years old, they're better than some of the stuff that I have from 10 days ago. Mm-hmm. But this is such a vivid scene, like in my childhood memory. Like I love this part, and when I think it was Joseph that posted it in the group, or someone posted it, and I was just like, holy crap, I need to buy this. And then instantly, it's like if you get a new car and then you start noticing the car, driving down the street. It's like literally, as soon as he posted that and I started looking for it, like William had one, Hannah had one, someone else had one, everyone has one to sell. Oh, I got new in box, ready to sell. It's like, where have these been? So I was able to pick one up actually with ease, actually from Hannah as well. So Hannah has one brand new in box, and ready to ship. So again, paid about the going rate, which isn't bad. But William Wang has one, also new, just without the shipper, for a very reasonable price. I think like 4,600 AUD shipped, which is,
he's got everything.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I messaged him. Like,
he's great though. He's great. He's got everything.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, I didn't know who Life Size Collector was. I'm so sorry. Hi, Joseph. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Yep. Life size. So yeah, I can't wait to get this. I think it's gonna be freaking awesome.
I didn't know you wanted this because Hannah had that months ago, way back when we were looking at the Iron Man, or even before that.
I didn't even know it existed months ago. I found out about this like 2 weeks ago.
And so I'm glad you're able to get it. That if you wanted it, I'm glad you got it.
It's just such a cool. I just remember seeing that as a kid watching Men in Black. I was like, holy crap, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then I saw the bus, and it's like, yep, this is coming home. And this could kind of fit in and around that 80s, 90s, wall area that I have there with the Terminator and everything. And because this is gonna make me feel old. When did Men in Black come out?
The first one was at 96 or 98.
Yeah.
Find out.
I'm probably wrong.
97. Yeah. Good guess.
Oh well, split it down the middle. I mean, it's still.
Yep.
I think it's still sci-fi. That's how I justify everything I do. That's not.
Mm-hmm.
I collect. That's
Yep.
not Batman or Star Wars. I'm just like it fits in the same sci-fi umbrella.
Yep.
I
I mean,
just don't
sci-fi
remember that
90s.
character from the Men in Black at all.
You said you do or don't remember?
I don't remember that character at all from the Men in Black.
Oh, it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's one of those things that like there's some movies where you don't remember every single scene, but like with Men in Black, like all of them, I remember that one because he was like gasping and the reveal about Orion's belt and where it was.
Exactly.
And then you remember the pug, and then you remember the creepy aliens that were like kind of weirdly talked like New Yorkers. Like little like cockroachy things. There's certain like bits and pieces that I think like stuck with you.
Yep.
And definitely this one.
I agree. Let's see. I'm trying not to ignore the chat too much here. Did you end up getting the Enter Bay figs with this? Oh, no, I need to find those. So there's apparently Enter Bay figures where they're sitting in like the egg pod chairs. I need to find those, or at least see them close up. So if anyone has them, throw up a link or something or post it in the group. Jillian says ECC Hulk is one of the grails. It's a fantastic. I love that Hulk statue. It's massive and it's really great. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, I made a mistake. Xerxes Studios helped with the arm on the Infinity. That's right. It was Xerxes Studios, and they're doing some really cool stuff.
Oh really?
Wow.
Didn't know that.
Let's see. Xerxes has really gone silent. They're the ones behind the Infinity Dark Fate Arnold, so they're still going, but who knows what could be a different team. That's true. I feel like a lot of companies are getting a little quiet, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or just a sign of the economy or the time of the year. But you would think at this time of the year, people would be pushing a few more things. But speaking of pushing a few more things, I'll help Todd out here. I saw this pop up in the, whatever daily, weekly email from Spec. And, Spec Fiction Collectibles Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's statue time. That's such a cool T-shirt. I jumped on this in a heartbeat, and then Todd messaged me. He's like, "I love you." I was like, "I love you too." I'm like, "This is about the T-shirt, right?" He's like, "Yep." I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, who doesn't want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed T-shirt? So I think this is a limited T-shirt, limited to 20 per size. At least 19 in the mediums now. But I just thought this was pretty cool. So I popped that up.
I love how he tells you he loves you, and you have to clarify it's because you ordered the shirt, and not just it's a random Tuesday. Like
even if it was platonic or romantic, it's okay. Todd's great. So here's something that's coming back. I sent this. Yeah, well, the cool thing is there's no money involved, so it's nice to get something back where you don't have to pay for it. I sent this over to Sick for a while because Sick's all about the busts and everything, but he's also kind of paring down a little bit. And I thought that this would also look cool in the sci-fi Terminator, Rosenberg, type stuff. And I was like, damn, I kind of want it back. And Todd still has some up for sale, the regular version, but this is the exclusive. And so I just messaged Sick. I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to get another Alita. Hope you're enjoying yours that I sent you. And he's like, actually, I was thinking about, selling it. If you want it back, just let me know. So he's going to send it back this week. So I'm actually pretty excited to get this back. It's a beautiful piece.
Oh, yeah. I love it. Myself.
And Derek, because if you talking about bigger is better, go bigger, go home, don't get just all these quarter scales, get bigger stuff that has more presence. I figured, well, you know what, it's a smaller bust, but it's a beautiful one.
Oh yeah, she's got the presence, that's for sure.
And I like the I never displayed her with the heart out, but maybe I will, because that stupid bra cover thing, it's magnetized okay, but if you move it, it'll clunk out. Sword on this is, oh my god, it's incredible. It's full steel, really nice. This is one of Queen Studios' best, I would say. So, just something that's coming back. Oh, one more PO. So we saw the final pictures of this, of the production piece, about 2 weeks ago, right? Or last week?
Mhm.
And that's what I was waiting for. I think it turned out phenomenal. And so I jumped on this because I had the Queen Studios one, and then I kind of sold it to Payne before even getting it. So I've never actually saw it in hand. But I'm trying to like pare down what I have, and most of my DC stuff is all JND. So I jumped on this one.
Yeah,
I not nearly the same thing as a JND statue, and also not like a recent thing that went up, but I have the premium format Batman Begins up here, and I'm happy with it. So I wanted to get the Sideshow on bike up here. It's barely gonna fit up there, but it's fine. It went low stock. Like right after they announced the edition size as 400 while I was at San Diego Comic-Con. And then the second it went to low stock, I was like, oh crap, I guess I gotta order this. And I know it's Sideshow, so we never know exactly what low stock means, if it's like the ES is running low or if it's like the first batch is running low. But it's supposed to start allegedly shipping November.
Wow, really?
Yep, I'm pretty sure it was November of this year.
That's pretty fast. Let me pull that up, because I know sideshows, they get knocked all the time, but honestly, the stuff they've been putting out recently has been pretty damn good. Here we go. Yep. So bingo.
I know people knocked the price because it is a premium format, where it's like, okay, you're spending almost $1,000 on a premium format, but like, I don't know. Like I think it's
a full quarter scale bike.
Right. And I'm like, I also am the same person who I think like the basic bitch version of the tactical throne was like 1,100. And that's him in a chair. So like this, it's him in a bike. Like I think the difference is like people expect those kind of prices from one. They don't expect those kind of prices from Sideshow. But it's unique. Go ahead. Sorry.
You know what I really like about this is the footprint. I mean, it just barely extends past the back. It barely. No, it doesn't even extend past the front. And then it just, you have his foot out, and that's about it. It only takes up as much space as it needs to.
That's true. They could have made this larger. I think there's going to be some overhang when I put it on top of this cabinet. But it was, my thought process was, are they going to make a quarter scale Pattinson Batman? Absolutely. 100%. But is it going to be a museum like pose like the one the Christian Bale I already have? Probably.
Right.
So I'm like, do I want to wait for something that's a little more traditional, or do I want to go for something like this that I don't think, who would do another bike? And I like that the profiles will be different. It's just, I like the body language of it. It's different. It's not something I would typically go for. So it has light up. I don't think I'll use the light up. Also, I will say, maybe it's just because I'm a quarter scale collector when it comes to statues. I'm not upset about the likeness on the premium format I have now. So I can't imagine I'm gonna have issues with this likeness either.
No, I doubt it. No, it's probably going to be great. And most of the cowled mask Batmans always turn out pretty damn good. So, I think this is pretty funny here. I guess people don't eat apples anymore, so they have to put an iPhone 14 Pro and a Samsung Galaxy S22 for size comparison.
That's funny.
I just noticed that. That's pretty sweet. Good on you, Sideshow. Some people in the chat are saying, let's see, Shane,
bike looks small. I remember someone did the math and was like, the bike's a little too small for the scale, and I'm like, I wouldn't want it larger. Like, to me, it doesn't look awkwardly small, like it's inaccurate. And if the option is having something that visually is maybe a little underscaled and not accurate versus something larger that I wouldn't have the space for, I'm going to go with the one that's not accurate. And yes, I did pre-order this.
Nice.
So looking forward to it. Again, I'm hoping it just fits on that cabinet without looking scary, like it's going to topple over. So we'll see how that goes.
I think it
Yeah,
looks
and I
great.
think you like this. Is getting something different than what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll enjoy this.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think the price is pretty good, especially compared to I mean, if you look at, let's say Mark said look at the
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider. Let's see, yeah, because that's what, 1,400, 1,500?
And it might look short because I think it's the style of the bike. It's a more compact bike. It's not like a big chopper or big motorcycle where it's stretched out and you got the big, handlebars and all that. Kind of like this style bike. It's not like that. It's more like a compact crotch rocket type of bike.
It looks very Italian. I don't know who made that bike that was in the movie, but to me it looked very like European compact motorcycle.
It very well could be,
I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Well, moving on. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. Let's see. We're about an hour in. What do you guys want to talk about? What's come up this again? It's been a slow 2 weeks, but
I've got many different things, but
I've got some pictures if you want to show them quickly.
Yeah, shoot. Let's see. Send me some stuff, guys, and then I'll start putting it up. So
I really had to think about it.
Oh yeah, duh. Hang on. Yeah. I gotta go to my freaking the thing that I made. Yeah, we gotta talk about this. This has to be talked about. Because
my things to talk about were more like topics, so nothing really to send you.
Okay, that's all right. Let's talk about a couple of things on the cover here, because I forgot about this. So hold on, Cece. On my cover, I had the JND, I had the Frieza, I had this, and I had, what was the fourth thing on my cover?
The one thing I thought you were going to talk about earlier was Sith Killer.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I was like, hey, it already sold out. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it sold out. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, I'm slow. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Sith Killer. Let's talk about this, and let's talk about Sith Killer, Jack of the Dust, and then let's talk about whatever the hell you guys want to talk about for the next 30 minutes. Okay. So I'm just full disclosure. Harry Potter was. I don't know if I was a little bit old for Harry Potter when it came out. I read the first book, and then I've seen all the movies. So I'm not like a huge fan. I enjoy it. I would not buy this, but not because of the price or the quality or whatever, just because it just doesn't fit my collection. But I need some information on this. So CC, what do you think about this? Severus, what do you think about the price? And are you a Harry Potter fan?
I am a Harry Potter fan.
Okay.
I think I have some Harry Potter props. The coolest prop that I ever bought is actually my sister's. I got her set a few years ago of fully readable replica textbooks. So it's all of the textbooks they talk about, like Defense Against the Dark Arts. It's a 300-page book, and you can actually read every page. Like it's an actual. The guy did all the research and filled in what you didn't see on screen or in the books, and they're incredible. Harry Potter is very nostalgic to me because I was a child, obviously, when those came out too. I didn't read the books when I was a kid, but like what I am to Star Wars and Batman, my sister is to Harry Potter. So for that reason, it always feels really important. I think this looks really good. The hair looks like it needs some maneuvering, some fluffing, but honestly, I think it's probably accurate to the movie that this is based on. Which I don't know if they based on one particular movie. It looks like they did. I just can't put my finger on which one it was.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
I think this is cool for Harry Potter collectors. The only question I have is there's I don't, unless it's like it's not on my radar thing. I don't think they've actually done a lot of Harry Potter statues to this caliber. So they did the Voldemort with Nagini. That was Prime 1. I think that might have been the first one. So it just feels like, where do you start? I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't start with the heroes. Unless they did years ago and I'm just not familiar. It just feels like this a strange one to do when there's so many other characters that I think they could have done first, sooner.
No, I think you're right. This collaboration with Shumi Arts, and someone in the chat tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a first time collaboration for Harry Potter stuff. So you're right. It's the first character in potentially a line limited to 150 pieces, which is extremely impressive. It's kind of like with the JND, even though JND has been established for a while, but their first foray into Lord of the Rings was freaking
Erwin.
Eowyn. Yeah. Or Arwen, sorry.
Arwen, sorry.
No, it's good. And so it's like everyone's like, why did you start off with Arwen? And then they had videos of explaining, but still kind of a strange thing. Like, why not start off with Gandalf? Why not start off with Aragorn, Legolas, whoever? So as a sort of Harry Potter outsider, I think that this is an interesting one to start on, because when I think of Harry Potter, I think of Harry, Voldemort, I think of Snape, and those are like the first ones that come to my mind. And the big guy, what's the big guy's name?
Hagrid.
Hagrid. Yeah, that's right. So I think this is something that people who are kind of like, Harry Potter-ish people, would see and notice, and maybe reach out to their Harry Potter friends and be like, hey, look at this. Do you like this? But 150 is extremely minimal. Did this go on sale already?
So Life Size / Joseph made a really good point, saying that yes, it's very expensive, but it's not like a mass production factory piece. Obviously, because A, they're doing 150. That's not a lot. And B, I don't know a lot about this statue, but what I do know, it kind of sounds like the artist that they're collaborating with is going to have a hand on every single piece, which kind of reminds me of the people who are upset about it was Prime 1 and the Viper Joker, where there was the artist edition, and they said it was kind of like a lost in translation thing, because people bought the artist edition of that Joker thinking that, like, with the collaboration with Viper, that Viper would be painting all the portraits, and he didn't.
Are you talking about Queen Studios?
Oh, whoops. Yes, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
he was just like overseeing, yeah.
Yes, and not actually having a hand. Whereas I think they're saying that this one, they're definitely all done by the artist doing the collaboration.
That is nice. That is a nice thing.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's those artists from that company is going to be doing a Shumi or whatever it is. Their artists are personally going to be doing each piece, and not sending it to a factory, doing it in-house basically. They have a good reputation as well of doing very good quality work.
What I thought was interesting, and this is my first time reading this, it's a South Korean hyper-realistic statue maker, Shumi Arts. Sound familiar? I guess some hyper-realistic stuff coming out of South Korea is really, really great. The first thing I think of is JND, but still, even JND, the sculpts are not painted directly by the artist. But I would, if this was something like that I actually wanted painted, like by Viper or whatever, like by the artist, I would definitely pay the premium. I think for the ES, what's the premium on this? Maybe is this quarter scale or third scale? Quarter scale. So what, like a $600 premium, maybe $700 premium? Yeah, how much
I think
is this
there's people that will pay this. We just don't know those people.
I wouldn't even have to like this character if that girl Titanium painted it. Then I'd buy it.
Yep, there you go. Yeah.
I love her.
Oh, she's an awesome.
She's excellent.
Yeah, she does awesome work. She does amazing work.
Yeah.
I would love to have a like a one-off piece or something that she custom painted. That would be great.
Me
I know it's
too.
probably not hard to do. It's probably just expensive.
Yeah.
Well, this is cool. So for me, this is a pass simply because I don't collect Harry Potter. But if you are a diehard Harry Potter fan, I don't know how you pass on this. Now, question: does JND? I know JND just announced they have the license for Berserk. Do they announce anything about Harry Potter license or not yet?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, I didn't think so. Not yet, Mark. We're about to do that real soon.
I know Queen has the license for like I'm sorry, InArt is doing the Harry Potter 1/6 figure, and then I think Queen Studios still has a license for Harry Potter props.
Really?
Well, they said that, but I'm the only one who gives a shit about their props.
Okay.
And I remember like when they announced that they had a laundry list of different like DC prop, like Batman props, and that they said they're diving into Harry Potter props. Last time I talked to John about it, he was like, that's on the back burner just with the cost of shipping. And this was like right after COVID. It was like no one wants us to be working on those when they're not terribly profitable, if that makes sense. Like we're talking about like a $200 Joker mask versus like $1,000 statue.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Life Size says, isn't Queen supposed to be releasing 2 Harry Potter busts this year? Man, Queen, I'm worried about Queen. We haven't heard enough from them this year, and they should be releasing more POs to get more income generated. I don't know what's going on, but it's sad because that is definitely one of probably my favorite company currently and maybe ever. But I don't know. I hope they're okay. At least they're still shipping stuff, so that's good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about oh yeah, we got to talk about Jack of the Dust, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jack of the Dust. All right, let me pull it up. So if you guys in the chat have never owned one of these pieces, I implore you to go check out Jack of the Dust. I heard about him a long time ago, and I've owned almost all of his Star Wars ones. And he makes them all different sizes and shapes, and not just one IP. But so for example, the Stormtrooper melted helmet. He's got Alien. He's got Predator. He's got. I love this bubblegum Boo. When this one comes back in stock, I'm definitely gonna jump on this. I think that's so freaking cool. But basically, it's like this was the one that was teased. The Sith Killer, so freaking cool, handmade. Every single one handmade. So there's variants in each one. It truly is like a one of one, even though it's coming out of a mold. Comes on the display base. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And as a guy who deals with anatomy and head and neck stuff every day, I'm enthralled by this stuff. I think it's super cool.
Do you like the earring?
Oh, let me see.
They gave him
I
his
didn't
earring,
even notice it. Oh, sweet.
which was accurate because Ray Park forgot to take it off. So Darth Maul in the movie does have a card.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I like it even better now.
That's cool. Like a fun fact touch right there. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I totally agree.
That's
now,
cool.
This I think went up for sale. Was it Friday or Saturday or whatever? But instantly sold out, at least within an hour, I think. But here's the cool thing about Jack of the Dust: you go to his website and you see, sold out, sold out, sold out. If you just click on the notify me, he typically does things in batches, and you'll get an email randomly. Hey, this is coming back in stock, and you could buy it this date. You can get on the early bird list, like. This Vader pops up every like 6 to 8 weeks or so, which I have that one. I thought this one is really cool. The what's his face? Who is that?
Yondu?
Yondu, yeah. I didn't even realize he has like the gold teeth. That looks so good. There's a sick alien in here somewhere. Predator. I think that's really cool. But where's the alien one that you sent me? They make a Grogu. Here's a
Mhm.
smaller. Someone was saying, I wish it was a little bit smaller. Well, here we go. At half the price. This is a really cool Darth Maul right there. Here it is. A Xeno trophy. This thing looks so freaking cool. I might have to get this one too.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I think I'm definitely gonna get this.
That's cool because
very
it doesn't necessarily. So like the theme of and so I only have one of his pieces, but I followed him for years, and I remember
Mhm.
it used to be such a pain trying to get one because he would only
Mhm.
do like a handful at a time. They would sell out
Yep.
instantly. Whereas
Yep.
I think now he's pretty consistent where he'll open orders every like 6 months or so. And once you buy one, he tends to like they kind of like bottleneck. They'll throw you solid and give you early access to order before they're made public.
Yes.
So like I got the email for Sith Killer to order it before it was on available. But I have that gold one with the hands. I almost got the Grogu, but the gold one is again like a weird prop. It was featured in promotional material for this show called Black Sails, which was about pirates on Stars years ago, and I love that. But yeah, it
Sweet.
always incorporates skulls, and he I think is a nerd at heart. So he's done. Of course, they're not licensed; they're inspired by, and they're not
Mhm.
close enough to be a problem with licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw him making the one that Mike got. He
Mhm.
had like a little video, whatever, him putting it together. Did you see that,
Yep.
Mike? Yeah.
I did. Yeah. He's
That's pretty
been
cool.
advertising. Again, it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? He's been advertising this. It's been popping up on my Facebook, like all the adverts for Jack of the Dust, and they show you him sculpting it. And check him out on Facebook. He's a really cool dude. He makes great stuff. And like Cece said, you buy one, you kind of get on the early bird list, and you get notified. Just put your email in, and I figured you guys would like this because it's just cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Now, Mark reminded me that we were supposed to talk about stuff that you guys got, stuff that the community got. And so thanks for helping us out, guys. I wanted to, I think this is the post right here. And all right. So let's bring this up. Again, thank you, Payne, for the awesome new artwork and animation. So freaking cool. I love it so much. So I posted up in our Facebook group, post what you received PO in the last 2 weeks. We'll show it on the show tonight, 8:27, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I put this picture of the T800 and then the light up box, the Cyberdyne system that you guys see there. I got that from Etsy, a guy named Signage Man, who does custom whatever you want. He made me a Dragon Ball Z one. I have one for each Star Wars movies. And so I had to make me this custom Cyberdyne system one, and it lights up, it dims and gets bright, and they're extremely reasonable. So I thought it was a cool little prop for that. But I want to see what you guys. So Aaron shared this. I think it's the Cool Props Predator bust, and he said it's the Predator Wolf bust. They were canceled globally, and a few were leaked through Sideshow before QC, and he was able to get one. I think he had it repainted. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Very extremely rare. Let's see. Mike posted up an Imperial Guard. Freaking awesome. I had that before. I love that. It's a great statue. And this one, the quarter scale Sideshow. Wait, no, is this a Sideshow?
It is.
Yeah, Sideshow. Oh. Okay, yeah. Wait.
Did he combine bases?
It looks like he did because
main
base is Sideshow.
Yeah, I thought the Sideshow one was the part on the bottom, and then the snow, is that the old Sideshow one?
I think so, or maybe the 6 scale version. That's cool. Hey, Mike, if you're watching, let us know. I'm just gonna hear. Did you add to the base? All right, cool. That's really cool. That's a great statue. Sergio, that's really freaking cool. The Mario diorama with the star. That's really cool. Sergio and I also talked about this. The JND Miro. I think we talked about that last show. Stunning piece. Again, whether you hate JND or love him, I think that turned out great. And then this shipped for Sergio. This is the Balrog Polda edition with base, and I'm just waiting for Todd to ship mine out as well. So this is a crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We got some more comments.
That's going to be epic for sure.
Oh, it's
You're
gonna
gonna
be
need
nuts.
more than George to help you bring that up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. The whole crew.
So
Yeah, the whole
I
crew.
hopefully Todd messages me before he ships it, because he needs to ship it to my office. So luckily my personal office is on the first floor of my office. So I'll get George to get the crowbar and start opening it, and then I'll get basically all I need to do is get it out of the box and put it on a little square wheelie, and we'll just wheel it right into my office. So we're no stairs on this one because I think we'll die.
Nice.
Eric sent this one in. This one is freaking cool. This is a Prime one. I think it's the Ahab
Yeah.
Predator. Yeah, Masterline Ahab. God, I'm not even that big of a Predator fan, but I love the freaking statues. Fred sent in this. Yeah, the Pure Arts exclusive T800 battle damage. Really freaking cool. This is still available to get, the non-exclusive version. I'm tempted. It's, very, very cool. This is the Predator Hunter. Predator. Which one is that? Oh, it's a painting. Oh, okay.
That's the assassin. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's
Let's see. It's a custom painting of the Berserker Predator from artist Dave Seeley, 44 by 24 custom painting. Wow. That's
44 by 24?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's massive.
Yeah.
Eric, this is freaking cool. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Donald Bryan got 2 Star Wars statues, and 2 of them with broken lights, which doesn't make sense. So I told Donald it was definitely his fault, not MYC or DMD. This turned out phenomenal. Did you get this one, CC?
No, because I tried to stay away from the good guys, but
That's right.
It's gorgeous. I'm so envious of people who've posted pictures of it, and I'm really looking forward to DMD's Anakin that's going to go with it.
I'm curious to see how he's going to conceptualize the Anakin.
Same.
Donald also got this with the lightsaber not working. I think it's too coincidental, Donald. You probably blew circuit. It's your fault. Leave Mike and Dan alone. But I asked him what he thought of the quality of this one, and he said it was excellent. So we all know Michael does good stuff, and I wonder if he got the Qui-Gon also. Surely. But that looks pretty good. Good pickups there. He also got the extended base for the Queen Studios Batman and Joker. I have that. I love that Joker on bench. So well done. Let's see. Carlos shared this. The He-Man. That's pretty cool. I like that. I wonder what scale that is. And here we go. Our boy Mark getting XM Ultron. Really, really freaking awesome statue. I'm looking at it right over there. Excellent pickup. Definitely, there's not many Ultrons, so I'd say this is the best Ultron that you can get. Dennis got this beauty in. That's real nice. CC, did you get this one?
I didn't, again, because I'm trying not to do a lot of comic statues.
Yeah, comic Batman collectors. There's just so much stuff. It's just crazy.
It's a rabbit hole that I don't want to go down.
Yep. I agree. We were talking about this bust. Yep, this is one. If you turn it around, he's doing his makeup on the back. Todd has one of these available, and I've been so freaking tempted to pick it up. I think this is better than the Infinity in terms of just likeness and quality. But do I really need a you know, a Joaquin Phoenix Joker bust.
Mhm.
Don't know. It is beautiful
Definitely
though.
not. Definitely not.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Miguel got his XM LBS Cyclops. I think he's doing a review on that. If he did already, I got to check that out. This looks good.
This is nice.
Todd, I know nothing about this Silver Surfer, but I think it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like kind of the Galaxy base. Yeah, that's sweet.
He's
So,
like totally surfing that wave too. That
yeah, oh
is
yeah. Yeah, really freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Let's see, I opened this on Friday as well, and I think I posted a picture, but Steve posted this, the NYC Scout with bike, and damn, this is real nice. A lot of people were asking about a comparison between the Sideshow and this one, and you know what? I think Michael was smart to make this kind of like a diorama type presentation, because I don't that for Star Wars fans, I'm not selling my Sideshow. I think the Sideshow is still classic, but this is beautiful. And I'm super impressed by what they did. Lots of switch outs, ton of switch outs actually. So really nice job there. You got a new car with a bow. So Hugh got sweet, not quite a collectible, but that's okay. I like new cars too, and I think the best part of this is the interior. It's pretty sick looking. The dual tone red and gray. That's nice. Congratulations, Hugh.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Very nice.
This is sweet. Very, very sweet. This is Ledge. We talked about that at the very beginning of the show. Good pickup. And let's see. Dark Souls Gaming. I know nothing about it, but I think it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. But yeah, I just put that on PO. It's a video game that I like, yeah.
Okay. That is sweet. Oh, it's you? Oh yeah, I didn't realize that was you. Okay. Yeah, that's a really cool one. I like the concept. I like the floating look.
It's like 31 inches tall, so it'll have some presence to it too.
Yeah, that's gonna definitely be an eye catcher. James said all of Mike's Terminator posts got me into a rabbit hole led to this new acquisition. Damn, I need to find that. I need to get the. I'm surprised I don't either.
Yeah, I thought you had it already.
No, I need both of these. I need the brain chip and I need the endoskeleton arm. You know, who was this made by? There were a couple made, right?
Yeah.
Like there is one that articulates. Is that made by Sideshow? No. Someone help me. And James, if you're watching this, hold on. I'll just message him as well. Let's see. Who makes these?
If Joseph was here, I think he would know, because I think there was one that it took quite a while for people to actually get in hand, like years. I just don't remember who that was.
I needed that too before.
Oh, Blitzway. Blitzway. Okay. I wonder if they're readily available. Probably not. That's okay. Well, I think it's sweet. I think it's totally awesome. So, thank you guys for for sending all that stuff there and sharing, because it's definitely cool to kind of see what you guys are getting and inspire others just like us and the stupid Terminator hand and the brain chip. Definitely need to jump on those if I could find it. So that brings us to sort of our closing arguments here. And actually, hold on. Ledge, let's bring up a topic real quick, and then we'll get to our closing argument. What topic did you want to bring up?
Well, there were a couple. Let's see. Well, okay. Well, are we too easy on pieces? We put we put a deposit, non-refundable deposit, and they show us. It was kind of a takeoff on the Sneed stuff, the Platinum Master line, where they're showing you a picture saying you're going to get this picture. Normally, when you buy their stuff, they show you a picture, and I think people are just too easy expecting, oh, it's not going to look like that. I say it should look like that. It should be very close to that. And we're too accepting of, oh, it's going to be less than this. These are high-end, high-quality statues. You expect high quality, and you expect to get what they're showing.
So rephrase your question. Let me see if I understand this right. Are we too easy on statue makers accepting lower quality as the end result based on their initial reveal?
Yeah. And then, they want you to give an NRD for that, and then if you're not happy, you should be able to get that back type of deal.
That's okay. That's a good question. Let's talk about that. And guys in the chat, let us know what you think as well. So are we too easygoing on statue makers and companies and too accepting that, okay, yes, this is the prototype. It's a one of one. But however, we are going to pay for the NRD, sometimes large NRD, upwards of $500-600. And, but we always expect the final to look worse. Sometimes people will say, oh, I'm okay with 80-85%, or sometimes even less. So should you be able to get back the non-refundable deposit if the art and the final product doesn't match what they're selling?
Match what got you to make the pre-order to begin with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes. So, CC, why don't you jump on that? What do you think?
So it could be because I don't have a lot of statues, but knock on wood, so far, I don't think I've ever been catfished by a statue where I saw like the photos of the prototype and then I got the actual statue in hand and I'm like, these aren't even cousins, yet alone sisters of each other, if that makes sense. But I will say, and Joseph knows what I'm talking about, I'm like almost Karen level with De Nuevo Novo and their 89 Keaton cowl, because the photos that it was over a year ago, the photos that they put out when it went up for PO look stunning. And they announced that they were going to do 500 of them. And then the prototype was shown at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and it looked awful because apparently, according to them, the factory used the wrong material to make it. And I contacted De Nuevo Novo and was like, you guys are going to have to give me my money back if that's what you guys end up producing. And they're like, oh, we just put those photos out on the website to show what the base looks like. And I'm like, well, that's frightening. Like, why would you think it was okay to show something? And I think the one thing they said in the email was like, oh, well, the ears are supposed to be wonky. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the ears. I'm talking about the fact that you said in the description and the photos that were produced or that you put out for PO, the cowl is matte. You say that like the cowl is going to be matte and therefore the base was going to be shiny to give it contrast. It's the opposite. Like right now, the photos on the website, the cowl looks shinier than the base that it's sitting on. So I'm like, why would you think, again, that prototype looked awful at San Diego last year. They didn't have it this year. Shocking. I just think that there was a lot of like bad decisions made that made me kind of alarmist. So I have thought of that where it's like, okay, if they do finally ship that to me, because I think it was expected like early 2023 and now we're in August. And again, they lowered the edition size from 500 to 200, and I don't think they've been able to sell that out yet, and that's why no one has it in hand. But like Pure Arts came out with theirs like a few months for PO, a few months after the De Nuevo Novo one. Mm-hmm. So, and they're about the same. I think the Pure Arts is actually a little less. So I haven't contacted De Nuevo Novo to ask what the status of that is, but I'm like, I am definitely getting my money back, and I'd be willing to fight it with my bank if I get it and it looks like what they have on their website.
Yep.
And I also have something else, a little more of a takeoff, which is happening currently. how do you feel about being forced to make, like monthly payments to a company where it was a pre-order as a deposit? Now it turns into, hey, you owe another monthly payment. Hey, you owe me another monthly payment. And after every one, it's like, you can't cancel, no refunds, blah blah blah. Reputable company. I'm not worried, but I'd rather have just make my deposit. Yeah, I locked that statue in. I don't want to worry about. I want to pay for it all at once. I don't want to worry and waste. Keep tying up money along the way, and I have nothing to show for it. I want to throw some money there, lock that statue in, and then have money already that I don't have to, use for other things, or maybe I want to lock in other stuff. I don't want to have to keep worrying about this thing over here every month. You know what I mean?
So what company maybe forces you to do monthly payments? Is there one that you have an example of?
I don't know if it needs to be really said. I don't really,
That's okay. No, that's
Yeah.
okay. So I'll answer that one. I think that there are very few things that I do monthly payments on. I do more, put the money down and lock it in, like you said. Especially now that ESs are getting a little bit lower, and especially, I mean, Hot Toys. So I'm still a Hot Toys collector to some degree, and they're doing last calls for Hot Toys. So these companies like Collector Zone and even Sideshow won't call it a last call. They'll just show, hey, low stock or wait list. They allow these third-party companies to get their orders in, and then they cut it off now. And so when things actually do come to ship, they're maybe in stock, and there's some that don't even come in stock. Now, I know that there's still, Asian resellers that you can get from, but then usually by then, because the ESs are so low now, prices are shooting way up. For even something that comes in stock in China, Hot Toy, you're still paying probably over retail quite a bit. So I do kind of like that. So it kind of forces you to get what you want to get. Now, paying monthly, there are some things that I have on payment plans, with like Spec Fiction, for example, where I know 100% that I'm going to keep it, 100% the quality is going to be good. And it's maybe something that's so priced so high that, I don't want to dump, 3K, 4K all at once. That being said, I have a bunch that I just have NRD, and then I'm going to have to dump, the money once it comes in. And that's predominantly how I do it. But a good example of that was the Infinity Gandalf. So, I just, when it came up for PO, I thought it was going to be great. I did a 12-month payment plan with Todd, and boom, it's all gone. Jazz Inc. Jazz Inc. is notorious for taking a long amount of time for their Batmobiles. And, yeah, they're not that priciest thing in the world, $14.99 for, Batmobile. But they are guaranteed to take, 12 to 18 months to complete. So you break it down to $90 a month or whatever it is, and boom, you're paid off. So the feeling of having something paid off and waiting for it is quite nice. My Mark 85 by Queen Studios, the one-to-one, paid off, just waiting for it. Balrog paid off, just waiting for it. I do love that feeling, but it is kind of, if you get too out of control, you may have something depositing out of your bank or your credit card, every freaking day. And so it's like, wait, what's this for? Regal Robot is one. So for example, the Chewy, obviously there is no way. Okay, I could have if I wanted to, but it would hurt way, way, way more to make a single payment on life-size Chewy with Bowcaster than it would, because guaranteed 12-month wait, from Tom himself. So what's the point? Just pay the monthly. But that's an extreme example. And even, though I could just drop it, it would make me think twice versus,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah. So personally, my preference is on quote normal price things or newer things, newer companies, like that Frieza. Put the deposit and wait. Just pay it off. That's my preference always. But tried and true companies and maybe things that are a little bit more than I want, I'll put on a payment plan. Or things over a certain price, like the Chewy, where you just have to, or things that are guaranteed, you have to wait. Might as well. But that's just me. So that was a long answer. I'm sorry.
No, that was a good one though. And something like Chewy, that would be something that I would do a monthly payment for sure on, but and I wouldn't want to have to do a deposit and then have to come up with that at the end. But you know what I mean? A normal piece for sure. And especially like the one I'm getting is a normal piece. It's nothing crazy, but
Well,
I still like to lock it in and then not have to worry about it and then just pay that all at once. If it's a normal piece.
Yep. Let's CC, what's your thought on this, and then we'll kind of close up shop.
So I tend to do the monthly route because I like to not feel it. I mean, when things pile up, then yes. But like, I like the idea that I could put like a minute amount down every month on a statue, and so therefore, when it's time to ship, I'm like, oh, I already paid for this, and I don't have to worry about it. Versus, like absent-mindedness, where it's like you have a deposit, and then you got to pay it when it's ready to ship, and then all of a sudden it creeps up on you. Plus, that tends to be the case with a lot of the custom makers, and I don't like leaving things unpaid or be that person who like it's ready to ship and I haven't paid for it. I really try to avoid that because I feel like a ton of people do that, and when it's custom, it's like they don't have those kind of margins to do that kind of thing. To have statues sitting either without being paid or without being shipped. But I actually kind of had a situation recently. I bought 2 original paintings from Chris Valentine based on the newest Sideshow prints, the C3PO and the R2. So he did those paintings. I bought the paintings. The prints are going to be available on Sideshow. And he knew it was a lot of money because Chris is a really nice guy. He's like, I'm grateful anytime anyone buys a print from me because they're like $40 or $60, like they're $50 to $60. Like he's very appreciative in this economy that people are willing to swing like $50 and $60 for his art prints, yet alone the kind of money that his originals command. So he had said that he was totally willing to do, not only did he, I think he cut me a friends kind of deal, but he also was willing to do a payment plan. And I told him like, hey, I could probably pay you this day and then, this date the next month. And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then I kind of surprised him. I'm like, you know what? Actually, can I pay for both of them next week? And he was like, and then he told me he felt badly about not being able to like, he got them framed and included a bunch of stuff. And he was like, okay, so they're going to be a little delayed. Like he kept giving me updates on when he was going to ship it. And I'm like, it's fine. Like you should ship them when you ship them. And he was like, but you paid for them. You paid for them and you paid for them fast. So I feel like you should have them fast and they should be ready to go like up on your walls as soon as you get them. But so that was the kind of thing where I just wanted it off my plate. And I told him, I was like, you didn't rush me or anything. Of course not. I just knew I'd feel more comfortable just paying for them. It was a significant amount. So I'm like, I'd rather just pay for them now than have something come up next month where it's like, oh crap, that once in a lifetime opportunity just came up. Therefore I have to drop a bunch of cash on it. So yeah, but for the most part, I'm totally fine with the monthly stuff and then things like that. I also think when you're dealing with X amount of money and you're dealing with an actual person, like I said, the custom projects, or in this case, an artist, what I did it in 2 payments just because it was like kind of like a wire transfer to South Africa. I just want to make sure it went okay. But the first payment I sent him on his birthday, and I was like, like happy birthday! Here's some cash. Like,
here's your birthday present.
Yeah, it was like his birthday and then his wife's birthday, like the same weekend. And so I was like, I thought you'd want it sooner if I could swing it, and I could. So
that's nice. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's nice to kind of pay things off early, especially something like that with your custom prints. And I mean, that is a big opportunity. And it's nice that he responded in kind, because when I pay someone in full and ready to go, when someone pays me something, so for example, I sold that Iron Studios Luke and Grogu and R2 today, and I sold it to Steve, who posted in our group earlier. And I was like, hey, I just need to go to the storage. I'll go to it tonight or tomorrow. I'm off work on Mondays. I'll pack it up, send you videos, and you'll have tracking by Monday. I'll more than likely get it out. If not, Tuesday worst. But I hate when you pay someone and then it's like, oh my God, it's like, did you do it yet? Did you do it yet? Or they'll tell you, hey, I'm going to do it on Tuesday, but then it's Saturday and they still haven't done anything. And, even with like PayPal goods and services, it's still annoying because you got to track it down and all that. But that is nice. That is a good way to do business. So I can't wait. When do they ship, or do they ship already?
I'm pretty sure he already shipped them.
Okay.
He also shipped my Batman commission, so I'm getting 3 paintings all at once now.
That's freaking awesome.
And then he's got some Star Wars stuff on the horizon that I can't talk about, but that'll be exciting.
That's all right.
And then I have another commission that's almost done that I can't talk about yet because it might be an art print project.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll send you that picture because I just got it last week.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, I'm down. So with all that being said, I think this was a great show. I think it was a lot of good, cool conversation. Ledge, I like all these topics. I think that what we'll do is we'll get together and we'll do like a mini show for next Sunday, and we'll maybe pre-record. And then, of course, CC, I'm always happy to talk art anytime. Because one of our questions was going to be, should you complement your statues with art prints? My answer to that, your answer to that. I don't know Ledges. I think I know, but let's save that for next time.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, we're going to save that for next time. So our 90-minute show is a 100-minute show, 102-minute show. So I want to give everyone the opportunity to be able to watch these and enjoy them. I don't want to kind of blow them out of proportion. Although, according to our YouTube poll with 70 answers, 44 or 48% of people say that our show should be 2 hours long, plus 2 hours plus long. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But all that being said, I want to thank you to CC for being here last minute, and I hope you feel better. CC is sick, so if her work is watching, she can still talk. She just can't go to work. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then, of course, thank you to Ledge for hanging out. And Ledge and I have a little mini show coming up soon, so we'll plan on that. And thank you to you guys. One last thanks to Payne for all of our new artwork and our animation. Thank you guys for watching, and in the chat, thanks Life Size and Michael, Black, Mark, Martin, all y'all. So we will see you guys in 2 weeks. We're going to drop a little mini show or something next week. And of course, we'll drop our daily shorts and hopefully start getting some reviews. I just need to find more time. I wish the day had like 28 hours in it. That'd be pretty cool. So I hope you all have a great week of collecting. I hope you guys have fun. Go ahead and post in our Facebook group. Go ahead and get more people to like and subscribe. Oh, one last thing. Thank you. We are over 3,000 subscribers. I think we were like 3,050 before the show started. So I just wanted to thank you all for helping us, get through that. And let's just keep going. Let's get to 5,000. So thank you, everybody. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Hope you have a great week of collecting. Peace. See you guys.